So now we was just talking about birthdays. Let's find out, is God okay with birthdays? That's Job 3, verse 1.
Job chapter 1 verse 4. And his sons went out, and his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day.
It says that Job's sons, they went out and they feasted. What y'all have on your birthdays, what do y'all do? Y'all just sit at home? Do y'all have a party? Y'all get food, y'all cook, y'all buy presents, you feast, you have a good time, right? So guess what? It said Job's sons on there, it says Job's sons, they had a feast, everyone on his day. What is his day? What's that talking about?
Birthday.
It's talking about his birthday, right? It's talking about his birthday. Keep reading.
And sent and called for their three sisters to eat and to drink with them.
Right, so guess what? On your birthday, you call your family to show up, right? You get your friends and your family to come and eat and drink and have a good time with you. Read.
And it was so, when the days of the feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned.
Right, so guess what? Job, he sacrificed for his kids. Why? Because they were celebrating their birthday. That was sin, them celebrating their birthdays. So guess what? He went and made sacrifices for them because they were in wickedness. They were in evil. Right? Nobody in the Bible celebrated their birthday. When did Jesus Christ celebrate his birthday? When? Did he? When did Paul celebrate his birthday? Did James celebrate his birthday? Did Noah? Did John the Baptist celebrate his birthday? Guess what? You can't find in the Bible Israelites celebrating their birthdays because that was a custom of the heathens. Right? Keep reading.
And curse God in their hearts.
Right, so when you celebrating your birthday, right, are you loving God? No, because you're going against God's laws. When you celebrate your birthdays, you are cursing God in your heart. Keep reading.
Thus did Job did continually.
Right, so Job did this continually. So guess what? Birthdays, are they according to God? Are birthdays a godly custom? So if it's not a godly custom, it's what custom? A heathen. Or if it's not godly, it's of the devil. If it's not of God, it's of the devil, right? Right, so birthdays are not godly. Birthdays are devilish. These are some of the customs that a lot of our people do, right? Yeah, read that.
Job chapter 3 verse 1. And after this opened Job his mouth and cursed his day.
It says Job cursed his day. We read it earlier in Job 1 that they feasted everyone his day, going to their birthday. Keep reading.
And Job spake and said, let the day perish wherein I was born, and the night in which it was said, there is a man-child conceived.
Right, so just what Job said, he cursed that day. It wasn't a day where it was celebrated, where it was something they went and bought gifts and ate food and drank, right? Because that was a custom of the heathen. That was a devilish custom. It's not a biblical custom. Y'all understand? So should we celebrate Christmas? Who said yeah? You said yeah? Should we celebrate Christmas? Why you say yeah? You said yeah. Christmas is a custom of who? The heathen custom. Should we follow the heathen customs? No. So we shouldn't celebrate Christmas. Should we celebrate birthdays? Should women wear pants? Should men wear dresses? Should men shave their face? Should they shave their hair? Should they get tattoos? Tribal marks? All right, so now we're going to go into some other things, right? Because we're trying to get into the kingdom of heaven, we have to keep the commandments, right? What about food? Does God care about the food we eat? So what food can't we eat? What can't we eat according to God? Who eats pork? Who eats pork out here? Pig. You eat pig. Raise your hand. Come on now. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Who eat pork out here? Raise your hand. All right, you eat pork, right? What about crab? Y'all eat crabs out here? Raise your hand if you eat crab. All right. What about lobster? They have lobster out here? Oyster? Y'all eat oysters? Yeah, what about catfish? They have catfish out here? Yeah? What about dogs and cats? Y'all eat that? Y'all eat dogs and cats? All right. So bush meat, right? So now we're going to go into the Bible and we're going to read what you can eat and what you can't eat. Go to Leviticus chapter 11. Go down to verse 46. I think that's what I want. 46. Read that.
Leviticus chapter 11, verse 46. This is the law of the beast, and of the fowl, and of every living creature that moveth in the waters, and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth, to make a difference between the unclean and the clean.
So in the book of Leviticus 11, we're making a difference with the animals that you can eat, a difference between the clean and the unclean. Read.
And between the beasts that may be eaten and the beasts that may not be eaten.
So now we're about to show you the beasts that you can eat and the beasts that you can't eat. So y'all say y'all eat dogs, cats, y'all eat that, right? Go to verse 27. Leviticus 11, verse 27.
Leviticus chapter 11, verse 27. And whatsoever goeth upon his paws
is what?
And whatsoever goeth upon his paws.
It's paws. Dogs have paws. Right? Under the dog, they got their paws. That's what their hands look like. Cats is paws. Right? It says, whatsoever goeth about on his paws. Read.
And among all manner of beasts that go on all four, those are unclean unto you.
Those are unclean to you. They are unclean. So if they got paws and they walk on all 4 feet, guess what? They are unclean. So can we eat dogs and cats? I can't hear y'all. Can we eat dogs and cats? No. No. Why not? Because they have what? Paws. What's your name, brother? Matthias? All right, you smart. You a real smart brother. Hey, brother. Hey, y'all put your hands together for Matthias. Put your hands together for Matthias. This is a smart brother right here. Right? So we can't eat cats and dogs because why? Because they have paws, right? Let's jump up to verse 7.
Leviticus chapter 11, verse 7. And the swine.
And the swine. What's the swine, Matthias? What is a swine? Somebody help them out. What's a swine? The pig. The pig is a swine. And who out here eat pork? Who eat pig? Raise your hand. Everybody, right? Read.
And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
Is pork clean to you? No, it's unclean to you. Read.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
Should you eat pig? We're reading the Bible. According to God, is it okay to eat pork? No, it's unclean. Read.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
So the Bible says of their flesh you should not eat. Right? So question. Are we supposed to eat pork? Are we supposed to eat dogs and cats? No. Right? So if you love God, what you going to do? You're going to stop eating pork. You're going to stop eating dog. You're going to stop eating cat. Right? If you love God, right? Hold that real quick. Go to we'll read the last one real quick. Now we're talking about the things that's in the water, right? We talked about catfish, we talked about shrimp, lobster, eel. Y'all eat eel? Right? Okay. Oysters, shellfish. Let's see what the Bible says. Read.
Leviticus chapter 11 verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
So if it has fins and scales, you can eat it, right? Read.
And all that have not fins and scales in the seas, and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
Right, so if it doesn't have fins and scales, God says it's an abomination to you. Meaning it's unclean. It's something that he hates. Right? So should you eat shrimp? Does shrimp have fins and scales? No, so you shouldn't eat it. What about catfish? Does catfish have fins and scales? No. So guess what? You shouldn't eat it. What about eel? Does eel have fins and scales? No, you shouldn't eat it. What about lobster? What about crab? Does crab have fins and scales? So should you eat crab? Should you eat crab? I can't hear y'all. Who said yeah? Does crab have fins and scales? So God says you shouldn't eat it. So should we eat it? We shouldn't eat it, right? Catfish, we shouldn't eat. Shrimp, lobster, shellfish, we shouldn't eat those things according to God. Now, how do you show God that you love him? How do you show God you love him? Who out here love God? Nobody love God? Who love God out here? You love God. You're the only one. So we only got one person that love God? Who else? Raise your hand if you love God. Okay, we got this sister right here. She love God. She love God. You love God, Matthias? Matthias? All right. Right? So if you love God, how do you show God you love him? Because you can't pick up your phone and call God and say, I love you, God. Can you send God a text message? Can you send God a text message? Can you email God? No, you can't email God. So how do you show God you love him? Let's read that real quick.
John chapter 14, verse 15. If you love me, keep my commandments.
So to love God, you have to do what? Well, what if you don't keep the commandments? 1 John 2 and 3. What if you don't keep the commandments? That mean you what? That means you don't love God. So if you continue to eat pork, do you love God? Only one person? If you continue to eat pork, do you love God if you keep eating pork? Do you love God if you keep eating dog, shellfish, lobster? Who said yeah? You say yeah. You say yeah, I heard you. So do you love, so if you eat pork, do you love God? I said shellfish. They don't have fins and scales. Right? Like you can eat tilapia, you can eat bass, you can eat salmon, right? You can eat fish with fins and scales, right? But fish that don't have fins and scales, you can't eat them. Right? You got me? All right. Right? So you got, the only way to love God is you got to keep the commandments, right? 1 John chapter 2, verse 3.
1 John chapter 2, verse 3.
Now pay attention now, pay attention.
And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments.
So how do you know if you know God? What you got to do? Read it one more time.
And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments.
So if you keep the commandments of God, that lets you know that you know God. But what if you don't know God? What if you don't keep the commandments of God? Keep reading.
He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments.
So if you say you know God, but you don't keep his commandments, who out here know God? Who out here know God? Y'all shy, man. Y'all shy. Why y'all so shy? Right? It says, he that saith I know him, read.
He that saith I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
So question, does your pastor know God? Who said yeah? Who pastor know God? Your pastor know God? Did he teach you to not eat pork? Who pastor out here know God? Does your pastors know God? Your pastor know God? He do? I can't hear you. He know God, he keep the commandments? Does he eat pork? Huh? He eat pork? So does he know God? I can't hear you, I can't hear you. What? You say he eat pork, your pastor eat pork. Does your pastor know God? Huh? Let's read the Bible real quick. Read it one more time. He that saith.
He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar.
Is your pastor a liar? Huh? What? So your pastor's a liar, right? Right? Hey, everybody out here got pastors liars. If your pastor's not teaching you the Bible, if they're not teaching you a difference between the clean and unclean food, if they're not teaching you what commandments you should keep according to the Bible, then your pastors are liars. They are liars. And do they have the truth? Read.
And the truth is not in him.
So do the pastors of your church have the truth? What'd you say? No. Who pastor has the truth? Anybody out here, your pastor's got the truth? Right, so what we're showing y'all is that the religion that you were given, that your pastors teach, were given to them by their slave masters. It was given to them to keep you in sin. To keep you in sin, to keep you on the bottom. To keep you separated from God. Y'all know the nations don't want to keep you together with God? Go to Judah real quick, chapter 5. Chapter 5 and verse 20. Judah 5 and 20. It's the mission of the other nations to keep you separated from God. You know why they want to keep you separated from God? So they can stay on top and you can stay on the bottom. So they can control your gold, your resources, your land. Who live on the best parts of the land in Papua New Guinea? Who live in the hills in the nice houses? Huh? Who live there though?
Peninsula apartments.
Who live in the peninsula apartments? Is it y'all? Who? It's the Australians, the foreigners, right? Your slave masters, right? Let's read that.
Judah chapter 5, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God.
Right, so the other nations, they will say, if there's any error in the people of Papua New Guinea, and they sin against God, right? By doing what? Shaving your head, shaving your face, tattoos, eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, dog, cat, bushmeat, and they sin, read.
Let us consider that this should be their ruin.
So the other nations know as long as we're in sin, they can conquer us. They have power over us. Why? Because our God is not with us when we're in sin. Read.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
And guess what? The people of Papua New Guinea have been overcome. You've been overcome by the New Zealanders. You've been overcome by the Europeans, the strangers, the foreigners, right? You've been overcome by them. They run this place. They control the gold. They control the banks. They control the natural resources. Why? You work in the streets for nothing. We see so many kids out here walking around with no shoes on, with scars and bumps all over their legs and feet, right? But the other nations, their kids don't look like that. They're not wearing old clothes. They're dressing new. They're dressing nice. They're looking clean. Why? Because we've sinned against God, and the Bible says that that would be our ruin. Read.
Verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation.
It says, but if there be no iniquity. What is iniquity? Who says sin? That's the right answer, right? It says there be no iniquity. Meaning if there be no sin. Meaning if y'all don't break God's laws, statutes, and commandments. So if there be no iniquity amongst the people of Papua New Guinea, read.
Let my Lord now pass by.
Right, so if people was planning to go to war against you, if they knew you were keeping the commandments of God, they would pass by. They wouldn't want to deal with the people of Papua New Guinea. They wouldn't come against the people of Papua New Guinea for war. Read.
Lest their God defend them.
What's going to happen if you're keeping the commandments? God is going to do what? He's going to do what? He's going to do what? He's going to defend you. He's going to defend you. He's not going to allow your gold reserves to be taken. He's not going to allow the best parts of the land to be taken. He's not going to allow you to be on the streets begging. He's not going to allow those things. Read.
And their God be for them.
Right, so God is going to be for you if you do what? Keep the commandments of God. If you keep the commandments. Right, that's the message.